Good morning, Mark Sudduth, HurricaneTrack.com here with your Hurricane Pro and HD video blog for the 21st of June, 2017. Obviously, the big story is Tropical Storm Cindy, and I am in Mississippi where we have set up a couple of live cameras. Be sure to refer to Hurricane Pro and HD Twitter for links to those. Really not a lot happening in terms of dramatic effects along the coast, but there is some impact, as we can see from the 11 o'clock advisory, 11 o'clock Eastern Time. Winds are down a little bit to 50 miles per hour, but that's going to be confined to areas of showers and thunderstorms. It's not blowing 50 miles per hour everywhere, believe me. And the storm is moving off to the northwest at 10 miles per hour, and the air pressure down just a little bit to 996 millibars. Here's the track map. Over the next couple of days here, this will move out of the Gulf of Mexico into southwest Louisiana and the upper Texas coastline, right along the Sabine River Basin, it looks like here, and then finally curving on up into Tennessee, Arkansas, and maybe even the remnant circulation getting into southwest Virginia. And the chance that this could bring some pretty heavy rainfall across this area is definitely there. And you can see the wind field as indicated by this orange coloring, some of those tropical storm conditions now spreading over portions of the extreme southern part of Louisiana. But as we can see from the visible satellite animation, Cindy not very well organized. There's a lot of dry air. It definitely has a vigorous circulation and some shower and thunderstorm activity trying to develop over that northwest quadrant. And if you are along the beaches here in southeast Texas, you might be able to look out over the ocean and see some of these taller cloud tops developing over that warm water, but they are not really having much success wrapping around this center, and so Cindy is not likely to strengthen much at all. In fact, it'll probably weaken some more before finally making landfall up here late tonight, early tomorrow morning. In the meantime, you can see way over to the east, we're talking hundreds of miles away, we have this long fetch of moisture coming in from the Gulf of Mexico and even stretching down into the Caribbean Sea here, and that is bringing these periods of squally weather to the Florida Panhandle, which includes the possibility of waterspouts and tornadoes, a volatile atmosphere for sure. And with that, we also have this strong southerly flow coming in at the surface, and that is certainly making the beach conditions pretty dangerous. High risk of rip currents, high surf out there. So please be careful. Just avoid the beach today. This will take about another 24 to 36 hours, and things will begin to calm down. I wanted to point out the watch and warning map, and you can see, first of all, look at the heat out in the southwest. Very toasty out there. But here along the Gulf Coast, we have greens, yellows, and reds. And that means we have either flooding advisories, watches, warnings, the yellow area here, tornado watch, and then, of course, the tropical storm warning along the coastline. And that translates to quite a bit of precipitation over the Florida Panhandle. You can bet that the travel along I-10 coming out of the Panhandle and across the Panhandle here, pretty treacherous. You know, you've got to slow down. As I travel to these events, I see people still going the speed limit, if not 10 over, despite the fact that there's very heavy rain falling. And then a few miles later, sometimes I see those people upside down in a ditch or something. And I mean, I really have. I've seen it happen. And you just got to take it easy out there because, you know, you got all this heavy rain and people not paying attention. That can certainly lead to some problems, and you don't want to be a part of that. Along parts of the western side of Mobile Bay into Mississippi, getting to be mostly rain-free now, a few lingering showers here in extreme southeast Louisiana. And then this is the thunderstorm activity associated with the actual center of circulation, which is located in here. And you can tell this is not wrapping around as we saw on the visible satellite animation. And as such, Cindy not forecast to strengthen any further, and it'll eventually get inland, and the different hazards that we're experiencing, what little bit there are, will begin to diminish, especially later in the day tomorrow. All right, well, that is it from me for now. Pretty good success down here, at least getting some unmanned cameras set up and streaming from right where the action is, even though there's really not much of it, to be honest with you. But it's good to test because, it's early in the season. It's only June. We're up to the C-named storm, Cindy, and it could be a very busy season ahead, and we want to make sure we are ready when we have a tried and true hurricane heading our way to provide the best coverage we can. Thanks for tuning in. Again, Mark Sudduth, HurricaneTrack.com. That's my website. And for Hurricane Pro in HD, I'll have more for you this evening.